And now on the show, it's what it's like to go viral. And this week on social media, we've seen dominated by the outrage over what's happened with subpostmasters, a group of subpostmasters in the IT scandal over the last decade or so. But this video popped up on my For You page from Juliet, who we'll talk to in a moment.
It's a truly horrific event, and we are so glad that it's finally been brought to the public attention. The feedback we're getting from you guys is amazing. Customers coming in with their support, thank you so much. But I know a lot of us postmasters are concerned that on social media, some of you are showing your support by saying you're going to boycott post office. Please don't do that. I tell you why. Because post office is us. The majority of postmasters are people like myself. We are small, independent business owners. Our life savings are sunk into our premises. We live in our post offices very often. We don't make millions. We earn pennies for every transaction. And all we're trying to do is pay our electric bill and put food on the table. As I say, we're not millionaires. We're not going to the Maldives. If you boycott your local post office, it's my income, my colleagues' income that you're affecting. You're affecting our ability to employ someone local and just to pay our bills. So please, whilst we are so grateful for the support that all postmasters are receiving from you all, and it's absolutely right that you want answers for this scandal, please don't boycott your local post office. We need you.
And for those who are watching this podcast on our video feed as well, you already have seen that Juliet is joining us now, Juliet Thomas-Davis, who is the sub-postmaster with Ann Street Post Office, and has obviously just been featuring in her TikToks and the like that we've just been showing you. Juliet, it's so great to have you on the podcast. Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations as well on how you are communicating so successfully with all of your customers as well, because you're clearly doing a great job in your community and for your post office. But also, I suppose the incredible thing about social media and what you're doing is that you're suddenly finding yourself going viral with a reach way beyond the people who would be, giving you footfall through the post office.
Absolutely.
What's that been like, just that experience, aside from the scandal and how you've responded to that, but just the fact that you've managed to reach such a massive audience through social media? What's it been like for you?
To be honest, it still feels a bit unreal. It's been great because it's got us a lot more engagement. So we do see new faces from it, which is good. But yeah, just people all over the world, bizarrely. But asking us how to do things, asking us how to explain how the British postal system works, anything like that is it's just bizarre.
Yeah, I think I need to ask how the British postal system works sometimes as well. I got in a right muddle over Christmas. But obviously, as we talked about before, everyone has been talking recently about the Horizon scandal and the post office system within the UK. The questions that you're getting from, whether it's from UK residents and from abroad, is it all about that at the moment? Is everyone sort of saying that they're angry? Are they angry with you? Are they angry with? Do they know what the separation of powers is between you as a sub-postmaster and the post office as an institution?
Yeah. I'd say the separation of power is not necessarily clear to them. They still think we all get paid a wage and we're all employed by the post office rather than independently owned. But to be honest, people aren't angry with us. They're angry with Post Office Limited, and they're angry with what's happened with the IT system and the lying in the past. But apart from the few people online who are saying they were going to boycott post offices as their support, our local customers have been amazing. But as I say, online, nationally, people were saying, no, I'm not using a post office again.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that there's this sort of need for people to react and lash out, presumably in the spirit of trying to show kind of like their anger about what happened in the past and their support for those who were directly affected by it? But why lash out at other individuals? It seems like a really perverse response.
I know, I agree. I think it probably is they don't understand the makeup of post office and think if they boycott, it's going to affect the big wigs in their pockets. And they don't realise it's going to affect us at ground level more than it ever will up at head office, because we're the ones paying our bills and the ones who get paid for the transactions.
And has there been a negative effect on you then personally? You said you've had more people maybe coming through the doors into the post office, which is great, if business is up. But has there been a negative impact online and offline for you?
Not for us personally. People have been pretty good. They're pretty supportive. They say it's awful what's happened. Are you okay? Did you get affected?
Yeah.
And they're more concerned about that, to be honest. They want a bit of the inside gossip, doesn't everyone? But yeah, they seem to realise it's not our fault personally in branch.
What kind of questions? What kind of questions though are you being asked? Is it about the details of Horizon, how it happened, people, do they want to know what level of support you have for those who were directly affected as well?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of, you're not still using the same computer system, are you? And we are. So that hasn't changed. And a lot of they couldn't do it anymore. How did they do it? How could they get away with it? And a lot of anger about the fact that nothing was being done until it got on TV in a drama programme. Because for years we've been waiting for a public reaction. And that the public themselves are annoyed that they didn't know about it before.
So with the separation of powers then, is there anything that you can't or shouldn't talk about re the post office when you're going on social media on your own TikTok? Is there anything that the powers that be above are saying, no, we've got to, because this is obviously a huge legal investigation now, an inquiry, that you absolutely need to keep stum about certain things?
No, I actually talked to one of the management yesterday to have a word with them, just to check that there wasn't any curbs like that. And they've assured me, as I'm self-employed, I can say what I want. I would just choose not to say anything too derogatory about the post office because it is my business. Yeah. And I am proud of my branch and I want people to keep coming in. And I wouldn't want to interfere with any legal battles. I want things to change for the future.
Yeah. Let's ask Juliet how you thought. Obviously, I've seen you got your Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
But TikTok. I mean, do you do the TikTok yourself? Did you come up with the idea yourself?
Well, to be honest, we used to watch a lot of people doing silly things online. People do, and my wife decided that we should get ourselves on TikTok to appeal to the younger customers in our area to try and get them to come in. That was only ever our aim, was to get our direct area. And to get over to them how much fun we have in our post office. We laugh all day with our customers. So, it's not the miserable place they normally are. So we just did a few silly videos. And then in work, we would say over and over, why do people keep doing that? Why do they keep doing that? Well, let's make a video and ask them why they keep doing it. Tell them how silly it is that they do it. And it just kind of exploded. So we kept doing it.
It made me laugh so much. The video where you're talking about, what's in the parcel.
Good morning. How can I help?
Just like to post this, please.
No problem. Where's it going?
In the UK.
No problem. And for the purpose of safety, could you tell me what's inside, please?
It's a t-shirt.
Okay. And would you like it to get there tomorrow?
No.
Okay. What's the value of it?
Oh, it's about £5.
Okay. And would you like it to be signed for or tracked?
No.
Okay. So that's going to be £4.45 first class or £3.35 second class.
What? It said £2.5 online.
Did you sell it on an auction site?
Yes.
Okay, so £2.5 is the correct price for a large letter. To be a large letter, it must be A4 and less than 2.5 centimetres and drop through the slot. That's not going to work.
It was like looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
I remember myself going into my local post office and then sending this big parcel of Christmas gifts and going, first of all, I can't remember what I've packed and what all the gifts are. And secondly, I can't believe I'm having to tell you what's in there. So it's like a common thing, but I love the fact that you're making it so kind of like accessible and normal as well. That you're not having a go at people. You're a bit head in hands about it, but it's lovely, the tone.
Well, yeah, and we also hope that it'll educate. I know it sounds weird, but help people. We have a lot of customers these days with social anxiety, and it's like, if we get over to them, this is what we're going to ask you, and this is why. So we're not trying to stress you out. We just want you to come in and understand what's going to happen. And it seems to have helped a lot with that as well.
This is exactly, for me, what companies should be doing, is having employees like you talking in such, natural, engaging ways. Again, watching the video of your head in your hands or whatever. And, but just talking about the services and for people to understand what's going on, because, again, a lot of people now going less to the high street. And it's really important to, as you said, get that new business. I think it's brilliant. I mean, what I was wondering is, again, I've seen a lot that you get a lot of comments, and some positive, some negative.
Yes.
And you reply to a lot of them. I mean, again, it must be the popularity is fantastic, but also it could be quite overwhelming as well.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't always react the best to some of the bad comments. They get to me a little bit, which they shouldn't. So my wife deals with that side, really, deals with the comments, doesn't tell too many of the bad ones, answers the good ones. I have to admit, I don't really go on TikTok a lot, bizarrely. But yeah, I do monitor our works Facebook page. But yeah, it's lovely to get the comments both sides and to see what people think. And it can also lead you to what should I cover next time, because they're clearly not understanding this.
Maybe Post Office should have you as their kind of like spokesperson.
Yeah.
Sort of
Well, I
doing.
did actually do a couple of adverts for them last year online.
Oh, there you go! Brilliant. Was that as off the back of the sort of social media stuff that you've been posting?
It is, yeah. So they took us up to London for the day. Got us to film a couple for them.
Oh,
Brilliant.
well, that's great. And I love the separation between you and your wife as well, of like she you know, you do the content creation and then she'll do the actual uploading and the kind of like the logistical side of it as well.
She's younger than me, she can deal with that.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Juliet, so much for taking the time out to speak to us. And it made me think again about connecting more with the post office and using the services, because it is, you know, it's a reminder of these are people self-employed, rather than, you know, the Everys and etc. of the world. And I think it's again doing such a fantastic job of reminding people of the importance that the post office does provide.
Yeah, and the importance that the role that you play within our communities as well is absolutely invaluable. And I think that's been highlighted by the TV show, of course, but more so by the response and people like you who are really kind of like doing such a fantastic job for the rest of us as well. So thank you for spending the time, and we'll let you get back to your content and your customers.
Thanks very much.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care.